best compliment that I've had as an elected official. They said, you know, wherever Don goes, to whatever city, they think Don's their guy. It's hard to get better than that, you know. So, you know, I can honestly say I didn't know where I was going to say that I wind up where I am today. But I'll be very honest with you. I mean, my dream was to have my own rock and roll band and go on the road and make music all over this country, if not the world. And I wouldn't trade what I have done and my path, all these little godlike things that have happened to me for anything. A kid from Rock Island, Illinois, Mississippi River, in one of the best political jobs in America. Only in America could that happen.
It is the community of patients and families that we have the honor to serve. You are the guiding light and have always taught us that we as a hospital will never succeed unless you no longer need us.
I have been honored and privileged to be supervisor of the 4th District in the home of Rancho. You all have changed my life. You all have changed my life in so many ways. I'm a better human being because of you.
Rancho Los Amigos was saved by Don Knabe. It stayed because of him, and patients like me, miracles like me, have recovered so well because of Rancho Los Amigos. Back September 12, 2009, I was in an almost fatal car accident where I nearly lost my life. Rancho Los Amigos brought me back on my feet, and today, 7 years later from my accident, I am working here as a counselor, a mentor, and I will be a personal trainer here at the new Wellness Center. Don Knabe was just saying, it's so good to see you, and I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy to be here.
Wow. Make me cry. Many of the issues that I've paid attention to, that I've been passionate about, have been brought to me in unique ways. I was with him in his first transfer from the bed to a wheelchair. I was with him from the wheelchair to the car. I did everything for the first time with him. And so he and I became very, very close. And again, never ever thinking that I would be with the County of Los Angeles and have some impact on the patients at Rancho. I can't believe a guy who cooked a few hot dogs with a Downey Optimus Cub, snuck in some beer and chili burgers and cheeseburgers to my buddy, would wind up getting a building named after him. It's hard to imagine that anyone could be so desperate they didn't have a family member or a friend to talk to. But what has transpired is they got pregnant in secret, they hid their secret, and then they want to throw their secret away. That child was this close to being in a dumpster or an ocean. And now they're part of a loving family. Do you remember which one you planted?
Yeah, this one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
That's the one you planted? And we were here in March of 2015 when we did all this. And, you know, as Gus remembers, there were all kinds of kids and families, and everybody got to play here in Grand Park. I think it's the biggest one, Gus. You know, being down in the board meeting and reading the paper that morning, the baby Andrew thrown in a trash in a dumpster. And I came to my staff and I said, you know, I'm sure as a county we can't do much, but there must be something out there that we can ask legislatively to get approval to see what we can do to assist that. Guess what? There was a bill, and the bill was called the Safe Surrender Law, passed and signed by the governor. No one knew anything about it.
The county told us we had 20 minutes to decide they had to place you, and I called your dad. And do you remember what you said, dear?
I asked you if that's what you wanted.
That you asked me if that's what I wanted. And I said, yes, it is. So do you know how lucky we are to have you in our lives?
Pretty lucky.
Pretty lucky? Yeah. We have a family.
This is a beautiful child who has an opportunity for life because of that brave mother and because of a loving set of parents.
The supervisor always calls us the heroes. Can I be emotional?
Yeah, you will.
So, bless you for giving us the opportunity in a public way to talk about the real hero here. And that's the supervisor for promoting the program. All we wanted was a family.
Los Angeles County, unfortunately, is recognized as one of the hubs for sex trafficking in the nation. Once put to work in the streets, these young girls can be given a quota of $500 or more a night, which could lead to 8 or 10 or more sexual acts. I've been honored to serve the county for nearly 20 years, but never in my time in office have I heard an issue as shocking and disturbing as what is happening to young girls right here in the streets of America. It's a living hell that you or I can't imagine or imagine being a part of.
I thought that I deserved to be raped and robbed and abused and all these different things. I brought it on myself. And what kind of reinforced me believing that it was okay was because I was constantly being referred to as a prostitute or a child prostitute or a teen prostitute. And at the end of the day, how are we going to tell these victims, these children that are being victimized on a daily basis, that they're victims and it's okay to be a victim and it's okay to be vulnerable, but we're still calling them the worst name you could possibly call them?
The goal of the Safe Youth Zone program is to save lives and get our victims on a path to a better life, which they so richly deserve. Our next speaker, Jessica Midkiff, is a survivor. And again, one of my sheroes, but probably one of the most brave women that I've ever met.
Sometimes it's very difficult to talk about my past and the exploitation. And the thing that I keep in the forefront of my mind is that I'm here to help these kids. I mean, these children that are being victimized on a regular basis, I think I can go ahead and sacrifice a little bit of my own for the bigger picture, so.
Yeah, she's a very brave young lady. She's got a daughter that's on her way to Harvard, you know, and so it's all good. And because of the efforts of many of the people in this room and people that wrap arms around these victims. So, Jessica, really proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, this issue without Supervisor Knabe's involvement probably wouldn't have gained the traction that we've been able to gain. I'm grateful today that all the Board of Supervisors are very passionate about this issue, but it takes that one person to first step out in front and say, we need to do something about this and bring people along.
He's changed the way I view politicians, the way I view what government can do, but he's also one of the first men. I think there's only 2 men in my life that I've met early on, him being one of them, that actually restored my faith in the male gender. This is a solid person that just wants to see you do well. You know, Supervisor Knabe, he's just something special. You can't, you can't get around that.
You know, first of all, when you're chasing 2 million people in 26 cities, there's no way you can do it yourself. So, first of all, I really miss my staff because there's absolutely no way that you can do what you need to do by yourself. It'll never happen. You'll be a failure and you'll be a one-term supervisor. They've helped nurture a passion in me, and I've tried to relate that passion to the public and then on to, most importantly, helping the people that really need the help. But I think the thing that I'll miss the most is being able to pick up the phone and make a difference. It's really true. We can move quickly to help somebody in need.